once he's
once he's fucking on his leave, bro. Let's see here. Let's check out. All right. Unfortunately, I think this one's full.
Ooh.
Yeah.
On to the backup SD card.
Unless
Oh,
you
it's
think we're
in.
good without it.
Yeah, I can get the audio without it.
You sure?
Yeah, I can get the audio from the
I don't
video.
need to record it.
No, you good.
You sure?
Yeah,
All right.
as long as you're recording on the yellow box. We're good.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. It's gonna be weird, but I think it's gonna be better.
We're all for the weird shit.
That's
Can
a
I
good
swear
test
and
to
stuff?
see.
Is that okay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure the ground rules are covered.
Yeah, no. I mean, at this point, there are no rules because we use fucking.
No rules,
Yeah.
shirts
Yeah. Honestly, bro. I mean, I think some other platforms are better than others, but
Yeah. There's a few like consumption rules. That's about it. Like, you can't just smoke on. At least on Twitch. You
On
can.
Twitch,
And
right?
YouTube
that's
and
what
Twitch.
we're going to be on
YouTube
Twitch.
and Twitch.
Yeah, so I think both what was it, Rumble and Kick.
They allow for it.
I think so. I don't know too much about Rumble, but I know Kick does.
No.
Twitch just says do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
Twitch
that's
Twitch is a little. You can curse, you can say whatever you want, and then they'll put it at the age group,
Yeah.
you know, and
Okay.
then the same thing with YouTube. You know,
Yeah.
YouTube you can.
Well,
have,
YouTube's horrible from the most part to like get content like this on there, I would imagine.
Yeah.
No doubt. All
Alright,
right,
I'll
so
shut
let's. No, it's cool. So we're gonna. I think we're gonna get started. So basically, what I was saying before, Dan, is that I'm gonna give an intro to what we're doing here live, but then
Yep.
we're gonna dive into the radio introduction, just to
Okay.
kind of give the listeners. That's a segment that we created like before the mic. It's kind of like behind the scenes of shooting a radio show.
Sure. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, no doubt. So let's get to it. All right, good afternoon, folks. Wow, for the live listeners here. This is Infused Influence. My name is Ulysses, and today we're joined with our sixth man of the year.
Hello. My name is Lorian. I am here today. Hello. Hi, everyone.
My dude, yes. So this is a segment that we created, and it's called Before the Mic. So essentially, before we get into our show and our guest, we'll give you guys a brief introduction on basically our live streaming show, because while we do this live streaming and this podcasting, we also are editing and mixing a radio show here locally in Worcester. So without further ado, let's get into the radio show and get into getting introduced to our guest.
What up, y'all? You're now listening to Infused Influence, where we're infused by weed culture, cannabis business, and its politics through conversations with special guests. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, Infused Influence. This is Ulysses. I'm your co-host. And today, Rayvon is away, so we have our sixth man of the year.
Yep. I'm replacing Rayvon for a little bit. It's a good practice because he's going to be out soon anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, today I'm here for Rayvon. You know, how's your day going?
Yeah, pretty solid, bro. Thank you for joining, bro.
No problem.
I know you're not new to the show, and obviously not new to being a part of the show, because he is here every week, kind of like a quasi-director, producer. You know what I'm saying? What would you like to call it, bro?
I don't know, like stream manager. I don't know.
I like that. I like that. Well, he's a tech guy, that's for sure. And today, as our guest is here today with us, we have another tech guy who's been around the cannabis industry, in the automotive industry, I believe, as well, before that.
That's correct.
And he's just been a wizard, a guru in the, would you say e-com space, or would you say like digital marketing?
Yeah, a little bit of both. A little bit of both,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so today we're joined with Dan. How do you say your last name?
Mondello.
Mondello. Yeah, he's a personality in the industry, if you don't know, bro. He's the guy that goes to the conventions and wears like the crazy suits.
Oh, okay.
I'm rocking the Miami look.
Yeah, but it's a nice shirt, bro.
Thank you. Yeah,
for sure.
TJ Maxx.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. It never fails, man. Never fails. So now it's dope being joined with two tech dudes. So even though Rayvon's out right now, I can appreciate the guys to be joined here today. Because like I was telling you, Dan, Lorian is a tech guru as well, bro.
I can see that.
Yo, he did
obvious.
everything. Yo, and I'm not going to bite my tongue, bro. I was a little worried at first because this dude was like, yeah, I could do all this stuff. I was like, yo, I've never seen anyone do something like this. So I don't know if he's able to do it. But he did it, bro.
Yeah.
So I didn't speak my doubt. It was just like, yo, let me see. And he fucking did it, bro.
I think he nailed it.
Yo,
I think he nailed it.
More, like, higher than, like, I ever, you know what I mean? Like, yo, for real, bro. Like, this guy's a genius. So I think the same for you, bro. I'm joined with two geniuses today. Dan and Lorian. What's up, guys?
Thank you.
Of course, man.
What's happening?
So I guess you know, for Lorian, you might not know you know what Dan does for us.
Mm-hmm.
So he runs a company called Rank Really High.
Okay.
And they are basically our web developer,
Mm-hmm.
and they integrate with Dutchie.
Yep.
And you know, ever since we got involved with them, I could say that our website has been basically like better than what it was, and we've definitely grown with their help with Google and Google My Business.
Yep.
We're now running. We ran Google Ads with you guys.
We did, yeah. We put
Yeah.
that down for a little bit.
That's
but
okay.
We're
That's
thinking
okay.
about coming back with
That's
that.
okay.
At some
That's
point.
okay. Yeah. And then we met the herbalist through you guys as well. So it's a nice little community of like, you know, being able to legally sell weed online. Basically,
Yeah.
Would you say that's accurate?
Who would have thunk it, right?
Yeah, for real, man. So tell us more about your background, bro. I'm over here explaining so Lorian is caught up, like, you know, for our listeners and him as well, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to tell my story. So it started in the automotive industry. I was working as a vendor for a newsletter company, and I kept getting, it was right around the time where like Facebook and SEO were like top of mind for new businesses. And they were asking me a lot of questions. I'm like, I don't know the answer to these questions. So I started doing some research, and I very quickly realized the opportunity. So I left the company I was at, went and became a car dealer, and was the director of marketing for a 14-store car group. And that spiraled into building software, asking the owner if he wanted to build a company with me. He said no, so I said, I'm out of here. I'm going to start a software company called Dealer Teamwork, and we built that from ideation to about 3,000 car dealers nationwide.
Yo, that's crazy. Wait, so just going back a little bit, because I thought you were in digital marketing already, but it sounded like there was a need at where you were working. Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
so what were you doing before that? Like selling insurance or some shit?
I was a door-to-door salesman. No, I was a fashion consultant for Rod Stewart. You saw the jacket I wear? No, I'm kidding. Before all this, I was a website editor for a software publication. I thought I wanted to be a writer, and then I realized that there's no, I'm going to use an F word. Is that cool? There's no fucking money in journalism, which is sad because journalism is so important to like everything, but there's no money in it. So I was like, I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
No, it's
I
wild.
like thought you went to school for marketing or like have always been in marketing.
Dude, I mean, I've always been around it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, I went to school for professional writing journalism, and I had a minor in communications media.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
Dude, I don't know what the hell I went to school.
Yeah. Well, Rayvon went to school for writing, bro. He would appreciate that.
Yeah, well, he's a much better writer than I've read his emails. He writes really nice emails. I'm sure he writes even better nonfiction.
Yeah.
That's cool stuff.
No, that is cool, bro. That is cool, bro. So yeah, so what so you were with the car dealership and they're the ones that had the need for like marketing services basically?
Yeah, so like what happened back in the day is you used to like, as a consumer, you used to Google like Grand Cherokee lease, and every car dealership would have an ad that would say, Grand Cherokee, we have them, come buy them, or something very vague like that. My company, Dealer Teamwork, was the first one to say an actual lease price, a finance price, a zero down price, right in the ad. And then we would click through to a landing page on the dealership's website, which allowed it to have SEO and Google advertising all interconnected. No one was doing it. Very few companies to this day are doing it, not doing it right at least.
What year was this? I'm trying to catch my
shit,
bearings, bro.
shit. I mean, ideation probably around 2014, commercialization 2015, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. Company's still in business, you know.
Right.
I still own a big chunk of it, but I'm not operationally involved in the business.
Oh, it's pretty sick, bro.
Passive income, you know.
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
goes. You know how it goes.
Yeah, no, everybody would like that.
You think you do until, anyways.
That's all the problems
There's a lot of
come from
headaches
it.
that come
Yeah.
with it.
Really? Like what, bro?
You know, I have I have a lot of I don't get along with the other people who will run the company, and it's miserable as fuck to deal with these people.
Yeah,
But I'm working on getting the fuck out of Dodge, so
Yeah.
it should be short-lived.
Oh wow, bro.
Yeah.
So was that after you were stopped operating it?
Yeah, well, they were kind of not the best in the world to work with at the time either, but no, it got progressively more predatory and less fun, and
Yeah.
And at the same time, like the sister of one of the co-founders of that company said, "Hey, let's bounce, let's go start another company." I was like, "Shit, what else do I have to do?"
I
So
think you told me that.
so I left with the sister of the CEO to start a company in a completely different industry that I knew nothing about, the home services space, and we built another company that went from 0 to 150 clients in like 4 years.
Right.
Huge valuation. It's still in business as well. I actually left that business. The reason why I left it was not because it was a fun business. It was a lot of fun, but my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I learned that she didn't have much time to live. So I moved back home from Minneapolis to Massachusetts and spent as much time with my mom as I could before she passed.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, so what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But obviously I miss mom.
Was that recently?
No, she died in 2021.
2021. Oh,
Yep,
right,
yep. Which was about the time where I exited not 100% by my choice from the second company I started.
Right.
And I had my back against the wall, non-competes, didn't know what I was gonna do, couldn't go back into auto. So I was like, I've been looking at cannabis for a long time. I started looking at it in 2018 when the first dispo started opening here in Mass. And I remember thinking to myself, shit, I'm on Facebook, I'm watching all my friends lining up around buildings that sell pot, like getting in bus lots and being bussed across town. You remember the old
Sounds
days?
like Lester, bro.
Oh, dude, exactly. It was so stupid. But I was like, that's so fucking cool. And when I come home from Minnesota for Christmas break, I'm gonna buy some legal weed. Then I went and looked at some of those early websites. I was like, shit. We're using iframes. We're doing stupid ass shit. So I registered the domain, rankreallyhigh.com. I believe I can tell you the exact date. It was November 20th, 2018, which I believe is the exact day that rec sales went online in Mass. That was the exact same day that I was like, I'm going to do something in cannabis at some point.
Wait. There was so maybe it was the 2022. It was November 2022. I mean, my bad. 22nd.
Maybe.
Was it Thanksgiving?
It was right around Thanksgiving.
Right
Before Thanksgiving. It was right, dude. Like,
because my son was born that day, bro. On the 22nd.
Hell yeah, dude. No, that's all. That's way more exciting than me looking at pot websites.
No, that's why I ask about the dates, though, because it's important to know, like, where we were economically, how people were thinking then.
It was the green rush, dude.
Yeah. I mean, clearly you were thinking in the right direction, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun, and I wish I'd taken it up, in 2018, but I waited until 2021 when you were actually like one of my first clients. You were my first one on Jane Roots on iHeart Jane, and we launched you guys. I was like, I'll never. Can I tell this story?
What the fuck?
I don't know what you guys want to listen. All right.
Speak it.
All right. So I'll never forget this story because it's so fucking perfect. So my partner Brendan, who you've met a few times, I was getting on a plane to go to MJ BizCon. It's like October 16, 2021. And we were about to launch you guys, and we were about to launch Ready Dispensary. So you guys were on iHeart Jane, and Ready was on Dutchy Plus. And it hadn't launched yet. I got on the plane, and 6 hours later, I call my partner from Las Vegas. I'm like, are we good? He goes, man, we are fucking awesome. And your site launch and Ready's site launch that exact day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was wild, man. I'll never forget that story.
We'll clap it up for that, because Ready's they're a good group of people. We fuck with Paris, and I think, man, is it Matt?
Paris and Ryan and Victor are the ones I usually jam with, but the whole team over there is really gnarly.
Yeah, bro. I don't know much people outside of them, but we have a similar tech stack, so it's always interesting to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially because we're different brands, bro. We're different. Like, how we operate is different. However, like, very similar tech stack, bro. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's important to build something you know is going to perform, and like the similarities are intentional, and the differences are also intentional.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys are telling a different story. You guys are telling a different story, and that's important.
No, that's very true, bro. Yo, that's ill though. So walk me through what happened in 18 to 2021, because to your point, you acquired the domain, so obviously you had the vision then, and then being able to take it from the vision to actually executing and having something material. Like, what was that process like?
Oh, goodness. I mean, like most entrepreneurs, I had no idea what I was doing in the early days. I was like, you know what? I did okay in auto. I did okay in home services. Originally, Rank Really High was gonna be like location landing pages and GMB services. I just wanted something that was low risk, low startup cost, just easy and predictable. And we signed a client with the help of Mike Dundas. I'm not sure if you know him at all. He's how I got.
Yeah.
Yep, good guy. He used to run Sierra Naturals. He introduced me to a couple people, including Clear Sky Cannabis, which is somewhere down that way.
Yeah.
And Anthony gave me a shot, and at the time he was on Blaze, and they were doing that thing with Timber with that detached menu, and I was like, this is okay, it's better than an iframe, but you know, we started fucking around with WooCommerce and Blaze, and we're like, you know what, WooCommerce was not designed for cannabis at all. So if we're gonna do a menu, we're gonna have to go bespoke. So we reached out to Dutchy and Jan, like, what do you guys have that isn't an iframe? They both had an API solution. So we're like, okay, let's commercialize this bitch and try to go full scale with this thing.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, this is just kind of all by accident. Originally, we were just doing landing pages, and a lot of that technology is still in the stack today. You're still rocking those pages and the GMB services and whatnot. But we've diversified quite a bit into straight up ecom at this point.
Right. Man, that's so interesting. So many questions, man.
Fire away, man. I got nothing to hide.
Well,
here.
I think what came to mind when you said that you launched Us and Ready, we were on Jane at the time and they were on Dutchy. Which one was better?
Oh shit, man! Now or back then? I mean,
back then. Yeah.
Like, listen, I don't think you had the wrong stack up front. To
Right,
be honest with you, I think you had it. I think you had it right the first time. I think this one's good.
Right,
I think what we're doing right now is fine, but
Right.
it was easier back in those
With
days.
Jane,
Yeah, a
yeah.
little bit easier back in those
Nah.
days. But no, they're both fine. They're both great, and we've done a lot of things since. Now we can go direct to POS of like Trees and Kova and a bunch of the POS companies. But I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to like pick a favorite. They're all pretty good in their own separate ways.
In their own rights,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I think what it was for us is obviously the POS and being able to integrate a little bit more seamless.
Yeah.
But I think we should take a little break, and then we'll have to dive into some of these questions about what is it, pagination, bro?
Oh,
He heard a little bit about
gracious.
this, even though he's not directly working with us. But he's a tech guy. I'm like, what is pagination, bro? So we'll take a quick
pagination.
break, and then we'll be right back.
Awesome. my best though.
Nah,
It's just you.
bro.
Oh, it's just me.
So
Oh,
there's
this is
a
gonna be
there's
it's
a
gonna be a short
leaderboard
game.
for you. So.
Oh man, like fuck. All right,
Nah,
cool.
that's
got
cool, bro.
this.
We gave you the
I'm just
premise.
gonna make up some, and if you guys can call me out if they don't
Yeah.
actually exist.
Well, it'll
Well,
have
we're
to
gonna
be-
look it up
yeah,
after,
yeah, it's
and
gotta
then
be
Damn
on
it,
you
no.
get ranked with all the other guests.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So right now I think it's 31. 31, then we have 2 people that were at 20, and then most everybody else has been like sub 15.
Yo, I'm a tech guy. I don't, you know,
That's all right, bro.
I
You like
enjoy,
weed.
but you know, I'll
And
do
it's
my
also
best.
it's also how you do it under pressure, you
Oh,
know.
terribly.
Yeah. All right, well, so we're back for our live streamers. We're here with Dan. We're gonna clap it up for Dan, of course. And our 6th man of the year, Lorian's
Hey,
here
hey.
as well.
Hey
For
guys.
So we're gonna jump into our what is it? Brain strain. Is
Yeah,
what we call
brain
it.
strain.
Brain
Your new
strain.
name for the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you name as many strains as you can in 60 seconds.
I don't think I have the proper equipment.
you got the Ray Bans with the meta. You got the meta glasses.
Telling you strains.
That's hilarious, bro. So you got the time, bro?
Oh yeah. I can
All right,
do
cool.
that.
So Lauren's gonna take the time. I'm gonna count, and like we said, we're gonna fact check after. So right now you're in a group around 30 within 60 seconds, 20, 15. So let's start with when I ask your name, what you do for a living, your favorite strain, and I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't mind just introducing yourself again first.
Hi, I'm Dan Mondello, CEO and co-founder of Rank Really High, and we build websites in the cannabis industry and e-commerce solutions.
Very good. And what's your favorite strain?
Oh, favorite strain. You know, I've always been fond of green crack. I don't think you can go wrong with that one.
Very nice.
Mendo breath. You know,
Okay.
we haven't started yet.
No, that's
but-
all right.
Yeah.
But we're ready when
Those
you
two I
are.
actually know.
That's
All
hilarious.
right, so is the clock ticking?
Yeah,
You ready?
No, but let's go for
All
it.
right. Ready, set, and go.
Mendo breath, green crack, apples and bananas. Gary Payton. Cookies is gonna kill me for not knowing all this. Cereal milk. Sunset. Did I already say Mendo breath? I think I already said that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I guess that's all I got.
No,
No,
bro.
you keep going. You got a lot of time
All
left.
right. Mondello's Magnificence, Monkey Bar,
Mandela's magnificent.
You're halfway there.
Red Crack, Purple Crack, Purple Haze. There we go. There's one.
Purple haze. All right, that's 6.
There we go.
That's only 6. Oh. Dude, this is such a travesty. Orange something or other.
Go back to the days.
Go back to the day. Sour D's, bro. Come
Sour
on.
Diesel, Northern Lights.
Big
There we
Gum.
go.
Yeah.
The good, the bad.
10 seconds.
You know what? I'm just gonna end it right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
got
just gonna
it.
toss it.
I don't know if we can consider the OG ones that we gave.
OG
them, bro.
Kush,
my
there's
goodness,
one.
that was
Okay.
funny.
Oh, we'll give you
So
7,
funny.
You
bro.
know what? You guys are both teachers. I didn't get to use my IEP, which I would have absolutely used
Yo,
had I
fuck
known.
that.
you know.
Extra time, bro.
Take extra time.
Wait,
endless
time out. Just because I'm a professor, bro, doesn't mean I have an IEP since I was 8. bro.
Oh no, I got you beat on that one. I'm like 5 years old when they gave me my IEP.
Oh, wow.
They're like, this kid's nuts.
That's my son. That's my son, bro. Oh my goodness. All right, man. Well, appreciate you for that. So we're gonna get back into the radio show for our live listeners, and bring Dan back through a formal introduction. So hold on for 1 sec here. All right. We are back with Infused Influence. We were just off air doing the brain strain game with Dan. So let's clap it up for Dan, who's in the house here. Mr. Rank Really High himself.
That feels like a sympathy clap, to be honest with you.
Not at all, bro. The audience is digging it, bro.
He tried his best. It was
You know,
the funniest one.
I went out there and did, yeah, exactly. I'll go with the humor points.
No, you know what it is, though, bro, is that even though you might, obviously, you probably come across hundreds, maybe thousands of strains, it's really how you can perform under pressure, bro. So I'll give you an example. So we had a guy about 2 weeks ago who did, he's a wholesaler, and obviously he knows a shit ton of strains, but he also runs a podcast. So he's very comfortable, like,
Just
yeah, he killed
thinking
it,
on the
bro.
fly,
On the
yeah.
fly, bro. So every 2 seconds he had a new strain, basically, because he had 30, 31. You know what I mean? So
Well, I got the glasses on, pretending like you guys can't see me right now. It's kind of pressure I'm under right now.
No, it's all good, bro. I think I only got to like 11 or 12 myself, bro. You know
No
what I
way.
mean?
I refuse to believe that, man.
No. And then even like John Tran, who's
Yep.
our graphic designer, he's literally designed for easily 400, 500 strains.
Totally.
You know, he got like 15.
Yeah, it's hard when you're
Yo,
on the
it's hard,
camera.
bro.
When the pressure's
I
on
think
you.
it's the pressure,
yeah.
bro. Not even just the camera.
I can
think it's the
see
time.
them. I just can't fucking say them.
Say
I'm
them,
glad I got
man.
Gary Payton. Though. If I had missed that one, I would have felt like a real loser.
Yeah. But you did mention cookies though, bro. So is that one of the big accounts you got?
Yeah, we've worked with quite a few of them. They're great. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, they've been good.
Yeah, I remember you. I think you hit me up before you met Burner, bro, or
Yeah.
like you had asked me for something before.
Yeah.
Or like maybe during, and I was like, yeah, of course, bro. Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'm like, yo,
It's
this is
so
what-
lame. I don't even want to. I'll say it.
You
out loud.
remember? Yeah.
Dude, I think I have like one of the worst like high fives in the fucking planet. And I was asking like, you know, to recommend like which direction
No,
I
that
should go.
wasn't it.
No, that wasn't it. I swear to God I asked you that question
That's
because I am
hilarious.
so bad at high fives. dude.
No, it was something, bro. I can't remember. Bro. Well, that's cool. And then I did see the picture with Burner, bro.
It was cool, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up, bro.
He's very soft spoken in real life. You
Yeah.
know? He's very soft spoken.
I mean, I think he is on most of his content that I see too, bro.
He is,
know what
but
I mean?
you know, I know I listen to his music as well, which you know I had never listened to it before. I went into Cookies and just like cannabis, and then I started listening to his music. It's not fucking bad. It's
Yeah,
pretty, it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
damn good, dude.
No,
In
of course,
fact,
of
it's
course,
really
bro.
good.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, bro. That's what's
Gotta
up.
give it to our live people to listen. You know, give a little link.
Oh, yeah.
Shout them out.
Yo, maybe, bro.
He'll probably be pissed off that I said his name.
Nah, I mean, I brought it up, bro. I brought it up.
Whatever. I'll blame you then.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We had an opportunity to work with him, and we decided not to.
Okay.
You know, that was early on before we got open.
Yeah.
So really, what I wanted once they approached us was like possibly doing like a cookies corner, because you know we have this whole side
Uh-huh.
here that's
Yeah.
like kind of like right.
Yeah,
so I
I
was
see
like,
what
man,
they
you're not
do,
gonna
yeah.
take over the
That's
store.
where the old
but-
podcast used to be, man.
Yeah, that's where it
that
used
corner.
to be,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
That's where
yeah,
it
I
used to
remember.
be.
I
yeah.
remember.
And then a few months later, they did the deal with the new deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where I saw that. New Dia has that a bunch of cookies.
No, it's cookies, bro.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. It's all cookies. Because whenever it's like cookies this, I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, I think you may have dodged a bullet, to be honest with you. Nothing against
Yeah,
cookies. I
no, I
love
got you,
cookies, but TRP. I don't know if you saw the news on that, dude. They owe cookies like $23 million
Oh,
right
it's
now for
crazy.
breach of something or other.
So TRP is
Holding company
holding
for like
company.
they got a bunch. Most of the East Coast dispensaries that are cookies are
Right.
TRP, I
TRP,
believe, and a lot of them
yeah.
in the Midwest as well.
right.
But they're in some hot water with cookies. They just lost a major loss.
Dude, that's tough, man. Well,
Yeah.
I know New Dia was going through it with TRP themselves.
That's what I know those guys a little bit.
It was
but
public. It
yeah.
was, it was
yeah.
in Worcester Business Journal. I was like, what? Yeah.
No press is bad. I don't know.
I mean, it just, I guess it's part of the new, like, a burgeoning industry. I guess it's just like lawsuits going left and right, bro.
You know,
It's
people
annoying.
say
it's a brawl. Everyone's
a
trying to
brawl.
get the upper hand.
Bro, it's so annoying. Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know, we're here to talk tech with these two guys here, man. Not lost. My goodness, man. So yeah, where we left off on before a commercial break was pretty much you getting started in the industry. We talked about the difference between Dutchie and Jane at the time, and then kind of like working through that now. So like, what do you see in the future, essentially, like when it comes to tech and cannabis, bro? And like, where does that leave rank really high?
Yeah, no, it's really interesting what's going on right now in tech and cannabis. It seems like, I came into this industry because everyone was saying how inclusive it is. Let's all get along. Let's all play nice. And for the first couple of years, yeah, it kind of felt like that was the vibe.
Right.
But, recently a lot of companies are like saying that you got to buy the POS from us. You got to buy the e-com from us. You got to buy the loyalty from us. You got to buy the banking from us. Like,
Yeah.
it just, it's really hard to be good at one thing, like really good. It's nearly impossible, I think, to be good at everything at once, you
Right.
know. So, but that seems to be the trend. I know that Dutchie's releasing a bunch of stuff that's, very cool and interesting. And I know that Alpine IQ just acquired a bunch of companies. They acquired Dispense. Now they have.
Did they
e-com.
really?
They acquired Dispense about a year ago. They now have e-com, which is cool. They also just acquired an AI bud tending company called Terply. I know those guys as well, which is cool. I mean, they're all trying to like build the top to bottom solution. I it's cool, but I think I have concerns about it. In the automotive industry, one company built my CRM because they built the best fucking CRM. Another company, dealer.com, built my website because they built the best website. We stitched together our own tech stack with all the things that we knew, all the companies we needed the best in those areas. That's the opposite of what's going on right now. Everyone kind of wants to like have it all to themselves. And in this time where everyone's getting more covetous, Rank Really High has always been like, will the Statue of Liberty give us your tired and huddled masses? And if they have something cool to say and something cool to work with, we'll work with them. I mean, we've always been like that, and we're not changing. I refuse to change. We're always going to let other companies work off our tech.
Right. So you've experienced tech companies that are kind of like closed loop when it comes to sharing information and playing in the sandbox, essentially.
They're all kind of becoming that way. I mean, nothing specifically has happened to me, but there's a lot of rumblings out there about consolidation, and I want to do all of this, and you can go do that. But nothing concrete has happened at this point. But I see it coming.
Yeah, when you mention that, it reminded me of I worked in the solar industry for a while, and like we had to work alongside the utility companies, bro. And then I think about like like Canada, where like the government, and like Peru, where the government like regulates it so much that it's not even like a business. It's like the government is selling weed, right? So like,
that's right.
I don't want cannabis to become a utility company that's so regulated, right? Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
man.
a monopoly, bro. But essentially,
if you buy liquor in New Hampshire, you're not buying it from a liquor store. You're buying it from New Hampshire. You're buying it from the state of New Hampshire.
Really?
Yeah.
So how does that work, bro?
I've
never bought liquor in New Hampshire, at least that I can think of.
I don't know how it works, but I know that if you want to buy like booze, not like beer, you can buy beer at gas stations.
You have to go like specific locations. Like how here you can get like a crazy like a drink at like but like it has to be in a liquor store.
Right.
Like when you go down south, you can literally go into a corner store and they'll be selling like. Even in New York, they'll sell like fireballs in like 7-Eleven, where you don't see that even here and in New Hampshire. You have to be a specific liquor store, and then they're regulated by the government. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha, yeah.
So that's how they regulate, I think, the liquors in New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, yeah.
I'm just gonna make up a bunch of stuff, but I'm pretty sure I heard that like the rec cannabis program that they tried to get off the ground in New Hampshire, and I'm making this all up. I think I heard this. I think they're trying to do the exact same thing with cannabis sales. If they ever go rec in New Hampshire, they want to have that be a state-run.
Right.
Which, again, like, I don't know. As an operator, maybe that's easier to, like, be in compliance and pay taxes directly. But as a consumer, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
It just seems fishy.
Yeah.
It just seems fishy.
I mean, a little bit. I guess it depends on the level of control, because there obviously always has to be kind of like a big brother, if you will, some sort of regulations that we are following and adhering to, especially when it comes when you think about the safety. You know what I mean?
100%.
Right.
100%.
So, but it's just like how much control, because and I've never been to these countries, but I just read these secondary publications that like the cost of weed is dramatically low, or like you can fucking buy it through the mail.
South America apparently has figured something out. They're just shipping weed everywhere.
Is it a good thing though? How is it down there? Are you operating in any other countries, bro?
Canada.
Okay.
And Puerto Rico's not another country, but we do have some presence in Puerto Rico. It's a territory now, I mean, it's far enough away where I consider it a different country. And I went there recently, and it is freaking beautiful in Puerto Rico.
Bro.
It's so nice in Puerto Rico.
No, that's what's up, bro. So Canada too, man. So what would you say is a stark difference between like how things are ran up there and here?
Oh my God, dude. Like, I'll give you one example. So the province, Alberta, the regulators in that province are fucking high. Like, they're so high. And it might not be on weed either. It's like something really crazy. Obviously, they all have the age gate. That's a requirement. I don't think it really prevents anything, but they have it. After you go through the age gate, they may have changed this, but like 2 years ago when we were doing some stuff in Alberta, you couldn't show a picture of the product on the menu. You couldn't have a detailed description of the product. You couldn't have any effect-based, like some people feel sleepy when they smoke this, or some feel happy or euphoric. None of that. It was literally like a default picture of like the store the terpenes and no other claims outside of that. Like I don't know why anyone would buy any of these products. You couldn't differentiate one from the other. Like there's no, we're talking about strains. You couldn't tell what any of this stuff did.
Yeah.
So we stopped working in Alberta because of that.
That's
It was just insane.
That sounds like Connecticut, bro. Connecticut regulators have fucking.
I don't even know you could get weed in Connecticut. I would never,
bro. But bro, you couldn't for a while. You would only be able to get like cartridges and fucking like oil. Like they weren't selling flour. And then when they did sell flour, it was by like secret code number and not streaming. Am I wrong? Do you have any clients?
I do have a couple clients in Connecticut. It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten better. It's gotten much. I mean, it's not great. Like, I mean, nothing's great in Connecticut.
I just let this say I'm from New York, so I mean, I always go to Connecticut. I'm like, what is this? No offense.
Just so you both know, I'm from Connecticcut, bro.
So you know.
Oh, dude.
You know that. Was life fun in Connecticut?
No, it's fine.
I had an awesome childhood, bro.
Good.
But then I was
people.
selling weed where none of these things mattered. You know what I mean? Like it was bag appeal, and that's it. You know what I mean? It was for my friends.
Where'd you grow up in Connecticut?
I'm from Bridgeport, bro.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. And then I moved to Worcester for college, and I just kind of been stuck out here.
Stuck out here. No. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
No,
I
mean,
like it out here.
I say stuck, but like it's definitely a full choice to come. I would say back. You know what I mean? Because I got kicked out of school, and then my mom asked me to move back home. Then I came back out here for graduate school and stuff. But I think, you know, as it relates to Connecticut and obviously keeping an eye on this stuff, it's like, some of the regulations are just fucking stupid, bro.
Stupid. So dumb.
To your point.
So dumb. Who are we trying to protect when we're hiding the information from consumers? Like, you know, listen, I might be weird. I'm definitely weird, but I like to know what I'm putting into my body before I put it into my body.
Right.
And to prevent a customer from being able to see that or have an understanding of some customers reported feeling this way, I think that's a horrible thing for the industry to not have any idea what they're putting into their body or ingesting or smoking. I think it's terrible.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. So, what are some of the better states to work with in terms of like just understanding the regulations, especially from a digital marketing perspective, bro?
I mean, they're all uniquely challenging in their own special way. You know, obviously we got our start here in Mass. I'm from Mass. It's been okay. Recently, they've been cracking down on the word specials, which, you know, who the hell are we protecting? Like,
especially with the age gate.
We're age verifying. Yeah. Like, I mean, I think it's more misleading to say, like, pricing discount array or whatever. I mean, just
well, you can't use discount either, bro.
You can't use discount. That's right.
You can't use, like, sale or we can't use those words?
Discount is adamantly prohibited. Like it's in the regulations, like not to use discounts. But it's because it's a drug or something. Well, no, it's for ad purposes. I think like you can't blatantly say discounts, but you can say if there's like if it's a direct to consumer type.
Is it because of the product or because?
No, it's because a bunch of fucking jerks down in the CCC don't know what the hell they're doing.
Well, yeah, I'm saying. So is that specific to marijuana or is that to all marketing? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, wait, you could just say discount when you're marketing. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's specific to marijuana. Yeah, and I don't even know if it was the CCC, bro. It might have been a legislator.
Like, it sounds crazy.
Someone's making some dumbass decision somewhere. And they didn't ask me.
The word discount.
I'll tell you, it's very reminiscent. In the automotive industry, Nissan used to go to war with us whenever we used the word discount or sale price or get deal. They hated it, but they felt it made the vehicle seem like less valuable by having a disc. I disagree with that, but like that's what they said. So we used to get like compliance strikes every once in a while, and you'd have to like submit your whole website. They'd go through it. It would take them weeks to like get back to you and tell you all the things wrong with it. Dude, but check this out.
Well, wait, who would inspect it?
Nissan corporate. They would actually like they would go around and like they used to call it co-op dollars. Like Nissan Motor Company would pay dealerships a certain amount of money per car to advertise of certain partners or certain ways or in certain markets, whether it's radio or display, whatever it was. And they were always looking for ways to claw back money that they owed you. So if they went to your website and saw the word sale or the wrong color pink for Nissan or whatever it was, your logo was too close to something, they'd claw back your money. So what we did after we experienced 1 or 2 Nissan strikes, we just wrote this automated script that every other day it would send a compliance review to Nissan, so they were just constantly inundated reviewing our website. And there was a grace period after each submission, so we were always running non-compliant advertising until Nissan just shoved it up their ass.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Well, yeah, we're gonna clap it up for Dan being here, guys. And we're going to have him here back next week for the radio listeners. And for those who are live streaming, just stick with us. And, yeah, we'll pick it up from where we left off. And you guys have just been infused. Peace. We're still good here on our live show. You guys need a break at all? You need a break?
I'm ready to roll, man. Let's keep going.
Cool. Sounds good, bro. That's the spirit. All right, so so basically same thing. We'll do a break in between, and we'll just take it from there.
You're not gonna ask me any more trivia questions.
Nah, that was the one game. We do have another segment that we're thinking about doing for the live streamers, because obviously when you do the segment for 60 seconds, it's all audio, right? So the next segment is basically bringing in a jar of weed. Yeah.
Ooh.
And then you guessing how much weed is in there.
Oh, dude, that's
guessing
wonderful.
The weight, bro.
I'll do good with that one.
And for our live stream listeners too, we're going to be able to start doing bets, so you can kind of guess either how much someone's going to guess or what the weight is yourself, so you'll be able to try and see if you can compete with our guests.
Do we need to get DraftKings going for that? How does that work?
If you're Twitch listeners, there's a lot of integrations on Twitch that allow you to earn a lot of the in-platform currency. They have bits and different things, so we'll be able to integrate that and build a community.
That's fire.
A community based on gambling on
and weed. Yeah, it sounds about right.
The best things in life.
All right, very good. So let's get started here.
What up, y'all? You're now listening to Infused Influence, where we're infused by weed culture, cannabis business, and its politics through conversations with special guests. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, we are back with another episode of Infused Influence. I am your host, Ulysses. We're back, and we got Lorian here as well, our 6th man of the year.
Yo. How's everyone doing?
Chilling, bro. Yeah, man. He's filling in from Rayvon again this week. Yeah. Appreciate it, bro.
No problem.
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes, right? Yeah, but he's doing it.
You're doing great.
I feel like we're the ones that are guests on his show, bro.
I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, but that's what it takes, bro. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing over here.
I'm intimidated by him. I'm just gonna put that out there.
That's hilarious. So if you guys are familiar with last week's episode, we had Dan Mondello, right?
You got it, man.
Yes,
yeah.
Dan Mondello from Rank Really High. He's back with us again. 2 tech guys, 2 tech geniuses. You know, just chilling.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah, I need some of those vibes, bro. Need some of those genius vibes.
You're a genius too. Look what you built.
Yeah, man.
I guess, bro.
I really get your vibes,
This is the
dude.
best
My
dispensary in
vibe.
Worcester.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. No, well, it's great to be joined with you guys. And so Dan, last week we were talking a little bit about, or last week or not too long ago, for the radio listeners or for the live streamers, about your experience in the tech industry. But what about your experience with weed, bro? Usually we ask people, what is their first experience smoking weed? Do you remember that experience, bro?
Of course I remember that.
Let's hear him, bro.
It was fucking terrible. No, I'm just kidding. It was awesome. I bought weed from the cook at the restaurant I was working at. Went to school, after school, ran into the woods with my friends and smoked the worst possible weed combination you ever could. We didn't know how to roll a joint, and we didn't even have rolling papers. This is so embarrassing. But,
What'd you write? Rolling Bible paper, bro?
Oh no, I wish that would have been a lot better.
Computer paper?
No, worse than that. You're on the right track. You want to try one more guess?
I'm going
You're
through
real close to computer
everything
paper.
that I've done.
Can I give you a hint?
The receipt paper. Yeah.
We use
my eyes are open just
Dude.
from
Wait,
paper.
bro?
No,
you never. Yeah,
I would.
I went through all those plus leaves from a tree, bro. Like plucked it off of my fucking house
Like a green
when I was
leaf?
14, bro.
Wow. Oh
that's
my
commitment.
god.
My sister
I mean,
found me in
leaf
the
is
bathroom. Like,
fine.
what are you doing?
I can understand the leaf. It's nature at least. Like, you do that with tobacco leaves
Right,
now.
computer paper though. Bible.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, you putting all those chemicals.
Yo, we didn't know. How old were you?
Crazy.
Freshman year. I don't
So
know.
yeah, 14,
I don't know.
15?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like
See,
that.
I used to play with fire as a kid, so I could smell it when I used to.
I can tell that you play with fire. You like the type.
My parents hated me. I was always saying, I did it in the sink at least, so you know. But they would smell that. They'd be like, "Are you smoking?" And I'm like,
No, I'm burning shit.
I'm like, I don't know which one's worse. I'm like, I just froze up. I'm like,
Yes.
like, what do you want to hear?
What were you burning in the sink? Just like random
Paper, just things. I wanted to see what was flammable, what wasn't. It would be oil, like oil, like different things. Yeah. My sister's toys.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's wild, bro.
Yo, we had a little like, when she would break my stuff, I would burn her stuff. Like it was just funny. What happened to my stuff? I don't know.
You had a good childhood, is what that means.
Dude, what'd you do? Burn the doll baby's hair, bro?
Oh my god, she had a lot of dolls that she used to throw around, and I mean, she would cut them first. So then I'm like, you already cut it up, so you know, I'm trying to see how it melts. Like, you're not gonna miss it.
Yo,
Future serial killers of America unite.
Nah, my sister was worse. Oh my god. She used to take you know how you get a yearbook as a senior and you get it engraved and it's nice. But then if you're like a younger years, you can still get a yearbook.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had the senior yearbook nice engraved, and you know, she goes to a different school now, but she had a lot of friends that went to my school. And so she pretended that she got a yearbook from her friend, like she bought it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's my yearbook? It's missing, da da da. So she's ripping pages out of this book, cutting up, making scrapbooks.
Dude, stop.
One day I look at it and I'm like, something scratched off, and the gold paint they put for my name is scratched.
Bro, this was in high school?
This was when I graduated.
Bro, that's
high
devastating.
school.
This was like 10 years ago. He still got trauma from it,
This
bro.
was like, what, 15 years ago?
I would have burnt every fucking doll in her room.
Yeah, so what happened?
That was the
bro?
last thing that I didn't do anything back from that. She got me. I was like, damn, that
Wait,
was
so
a
did you
good
get
one.
Did you get a yearbook, bro? Did you get
I,
another
did,
yearbook?
I didn't know she did this till a year after she did it. Like this
Bro.
was like after like we're just getting our stuff after. Now she's in college. And I'm looking through, you know, look at her stuff. Oh, remember the yearbook? Yeah, this is the one you ripped. Wait a second, that's my name.
Yo, that's so
I would
wild.
have ripped the cover off of her diary and shit, dude.
Oh my god.
Yo, wait, where's your sister now, bro?
Right now she is in New York in White Plains. I have a nephew.
It's a nice
Oh,
area.
that's what's up.
That's a real
she's
nice
doing
Well,
area.
I know you. She's doing marketing. you
Yeah,
said?
for a nonprofit. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
word,
wow,
no
good
doubt.
for her,
Okay,
good for her.
okay.
Yeah.
You guys gonna merge together, dude? Merge the minds?
I don't know if I'll go back to New York, but I visit.
Yeah.
You know, it can be a little crazy, but you know how it is.
No, I feel you, bro.
They
Yeah,
get wild in White Plains for
Yeah.
sure.
bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's always nice to visit, bro. I think
Yeah, I
like New
visit
York
a lot,
City,
yeah.
bro. Just,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't live there, too.
Yeah, it's hard. See, I would even work there and travel to work there. It's just
Right.
living there. I don't know.
It's too much,
It's
bro.
too much. It's too many people. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I'll get mad every day.
Well, that's the New York
Yeah,
attitude, bro.
exactly.
That's hilarious. Well, Dan, you brought up Minnesota, bro. So you're from Massachusetts.
I'm from
Right.
Massachusetts,
So
born and
yeah.
bred.
So what is the Minnesota side? Is that where your mom moved?
Oh yeah, you know, I went out to Minnesota there to run a couple companies. I started out here in Massachusetts. No, everyone's gonna hate me in Minnesota. No, I got involved with some people in the auto space. We moved dealer teamwork out to Minnesota. I went out there for a few years to help run it, and then I started the other company in Minnesota. And you know, it's fun out there, man. Like it's fucking freezing cold, though. I'll tell you. I moved out there. Gosh, I'm like so many dates on this thing today, but like right after Christmas in 2018 or something like that. Or, I don't remember exactly when I moved out there, but either way, it was unseasonably warm in Upton. And it was like 60 degrees out or something like that.
Right.
And I remember I arrived in Minnesota 3 days later, and it was negative 25.
Dude, stop.
I hear a lot
Dude,
of that.
it dropped 85 degrees in 3 days, and I was like, "Holy shit!" There's like signs on the billboards in
What
Minneapolis.
time of year was this?
Like late December, early January, something like that. Something like that. And they were literally like signed. So in Minnesota, I don't know if you guys have ever been there. It's actually fucking cool. Like they have like skyways. You can walk between buildings through like tunnels in the sky.
I was in Maine.
Dude, they also have. You can also get like cannabis drinks in every bar in Minneapolis. It's really cool. If I still lived out there, I would never drink anymore. That's constantly high on hemp drinks.
That state, they went rec recently, right? And they're giving out licenses.
They're about to. They had a med program. They're about to, but there's been like numerous delays. I think they're about to issue licenses though, but they're all confused out there.
Are you working with Rolling Relief, Devin Alexander?
I've been trying to sign him for my boy for a long time. He's a great dude. No, I think he's on Flow Hub now though, so I'm gonna go after it again. I'm pretty sure he is. I'm gonna try to go after it again.
Yeah.
What? He just got a spot out there. He was telling me
in Minnesota.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. And then Ryan Cohen, you know Ryan Cohen?
I do know Ryan, not well, but I do know him.
Gotcha. Yeah. He I just met with him like last week. I think he said he was making moves out there as well.
Are you gonna follow suit out there? It's a good market, dude. It's gonna be a good market. Those people love weed.
Yeah.
They love weed out there.
Well, for me, bro, it's how you can basically scale. Like, I like the proximity of regional. You know what I mean? So we talk about Connecticut, like New Hampshire, you know, Rhode Island. It's coming online with more licenses pretty soon too. So for me, I'd rather
keep it local.
Yeah, like I can get to Providence in 45 minutes from my house.
The way you drive, probably sooner than that.
I've definitely done it in less than 40 for sure.
100%.
But yeah, no, I think it's it's just I mean, but that's just by choice. But who knows, bro? Who knows? You know what I mean?
Dude, I think your formula makes a lot of sense. Keep it local. You can keep a watchful eye over everything. Make sure you're on top of the operations. I mean, you have to trust someone when you go into another state.
For sure.
And that's hard to do sometimes in business.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. Yeah, plus being able to produce the products, man. That's like our next iteration. We've been doing crazy with the hash and the moon rocks, bro.
Dude, I'm not leaving here without one of your cross joints, dude.
I got you, bro.
I thought that was just like Hollywood, but no, you got that all over your menu.
Bro, yeah, we started on Easter 2 years ago, I think it was, bro. So we've just been consistent with it after.
Big hit with the Christians, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's so funny because like 2 weeks ago we were in a meeting with someone, one of our team members, and she's like, my mom's a pastor, and I'm kind of offended by this. I'm like, all right, well, my dad's a bishop, and I'm not offended.
Is your dad really a bishop?
Yeah, he is.
So then you're all good. You're straight with the Lord.
I know,
You're all set.
That doesn't even matter. Like, my dad's not hitting me up like, oh, this is disrespectful.
What does he think about it?
Well, I mean, kind of what I talked about before, bro. As a kid, man, like I was always around weed, and they caught me so many times. I can't even so for them, it's like, when I got started and serious in this, they were like, what are you doing? And then they realized that it's a real market and a real industry and it's not going anywhere. And then they were like, oh, okay, we get it. But in their eyes, I'm still their 14, 15-year-old kid who's got caught smoking with their fucking sisters all the time. You know what I mean? Like, so, or my friends, you know what I mean? So it's just, it's kind of like a full circle moment. And they're very supportive, though, for sure.
My mom asked me, like, very shortly before she died, like maybe like 3 or 4 days before she died, she said, I told her what I was doing. She goes, are you sure you want to do that? She was just like terrified as me typecast forever as like
really?
She was. My mom always worried about me, man. I gave her a lot of reason to be worried about me.
I feel you, bro. Mom's just being neurotic, bro.
That's right.
I mean, good reason. Though.
Did she catch you a lot smoking as a kid? Did you smoke a lot as a kid?
She caught me for sure because I am just a terrible liar, terrible at every crime I committed. I've been caught by my mother by. No, she caught me a bunch. She caught my brother Casey way more often. Like, the kid was just horrendous when it came to weed, though. He took my parents a wedding gift. One of my aunts gave my parents this crystal wine decanter, and he drilled a fucking hole through it to make a bong.
Oh
like a family heirloom. The kid drills a hole through it and then leaves it in his closet for my mother to find. So.
That's worse than Lorian burning his sister's dolls, bro.
That's pretty bad. Yeah. No,
I didn't get caught though.
I'm gonna introduce. You just admitted it on air.
That was like what? That was like 20 years ago. Yeah.
No, you're good. Never mind. You're good.
They've done worse. I used to have to run miles just to play Xbox.
Damn, that was wild, bro. No, that's good though. So you say your mom passed away from cancer?
Yeah, she had a good amount of cancer.
What was cannabis ever, kind of like an alternative solution or like an aid at all?
We definitely introduced her to it, and she was, she comes from a different generation than we do.
Right.
They're a lot more conservative when it comes to that stuff. She'd use it a little bit. I think by the time we had her trying it, like, she was on so much like pain medication that it didn't make a difference to her. To be honest with you, I wish we had started a lot sooner because I think it would have made a bigger difference for her. But doctor's orders.
Yeah, yeah.
Doctors like to pop stuff that's full of pills.
Right.
And, stuff that we're addicted to, and not stuff that we're not addicted to that comes from the earth.
Right, right. And this was out in Minnesota too.
No, this was in Massachusetts.
Oh, it was in Massachusetts.
This was in Chelmsford, Mass. Yeah, I moved back from Minnesota to be with her. Before she passed. Yeah.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. Yeah, that's tough, man. Because it's crazy. Because some doctors would be kind of like more open to it, I guess. You know what I mean? And some are not. It's still to this day. You know what I mean? So I guess it really depends.
I have a love-hate relationship with doctors, mostly hate at this point. No, I mean, my own personal journey with cannabis, I was prescribed Adderall and Ritalin and all Concerta, all the ADHD medicine at a really young age, and I think that it stunted my growth. I think that it stunted a lot of like my friendships and being able to connect with people, and I actually stopped using what are they called? Methamphetamines or whatever the hell they are. I stopped using them in 2016, and I've been self-medicating with cannabis to treat my ADHD, which I have a ton of that.
Right.
And I'm never looking back. I'm never going on those things again. They made me feel miserable and detached, and cannabis makes me feel connected and collected.
Right.
So.
Right. No, that's what's up, man. We're gonna clap it up for that for sure. For sure, bro. As a kid that was prescribed those same things and not wanting to take them.
No, they're
going to
terrible.
school high, bro.
Dude,
At 9.
Dude, I remember this one time. I never took my full prescription. I was prescribed 120 milligrams of Adderall.
Stop it.
No, I've never.
As a kid?
No.
As
I
a
think
teen?
when I was in
Young and
college,
bold?
I got into some trouble, and they made me like up my dosage massively.
Yeah.
I remember I took the full dosage like once.
Right.
And I remember being in my backyard in Bedford, Mass, and like it was like fall, and there were leaves falling on the trees. I was like looking up at this tree. I'm like, I gotta clean up my life.
Yeah, you're wild.
I'm prescribed to feel this way, and it's terrible.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Ooh. All right. We'll just dive right into it. All right. We are back with Infused Influence. We're clapping it up for Dan. He took himself off of methamphetamines for weed.
Not meth and not amphetamines, methamphetamines. It was doctor prescribed.
It was prescribed.
Yeah.
Not that it makes it any better.
No, it makes it worse in all
You
honesty.
doctors out there. It's funny because you said you have a love-hate relationship with doctors. I feel that way about lawyers.
I have some similar
Similar feeling.
Oh, dude.
What's up with these licensed professionals, bro? What the fuck, man?
I'm sitting here. My brother's a doctor. The only reason my sister didn't become a lawyer is because she had a baby.
Yeah, well, it's not too late. Cause don't get me wrong, there are some fucking
That's
really
crazy.
great. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Like
it's hard.
it's the same with police officers. I know some really great police officers, but I know some other ones that are really fucking shitty, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I guess it's like anything. You know, you can be a marketer and be a shitty fucking marketer too.
You've told me that I'm a shitty fucking
No,
marketer.
not even. Well, I guess there's a different kind of ethics that you have as a marketer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Truth in
you're-
advertising.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Not life or death. You know what I mean? Or fucking freedom or fucking. You know what I mean? Like.
100% know what you mean.
You know, so it's those lawyers and those doctors, they have a big responsibility, more than us
Well,
marketing to fucking people.
I kind of lean toward. See, I appreciate doctors a lot more. I guess for law, I don't really like. Not even lawyers. The whole law system to me is a little just. It's meant to be a maze on purpose.
100%.
And that's what's really annoying. That's the only reason it's so annoying. It's they purposely use this jargon. You have to do it like this. You gotta do this. Da 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 da.
Right.
Where for doctors, they're doing it to help. Like for certain things, they want to help people. Most
Right.
doctors,
Most.
other doctors take
Yeah.
advantage of the situation.
For
You get what
sure.
I'm saying? Where law is just it's built like that.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like same thing with police. Like I feel like most police officers are good people, but it's so easy to take advantage of being a police officer that those bad people really stand out. You know, so I think it's similar to that, where law is just nothing you can do about that.
Well, you could vote differently, I guess.
And what is that gonna?
Well, absolutely nothing. It makes you feel
200
better.
years.
You're just
all I
throwing
gotta
pennies
say.
into a wishing well, basically,
Yeah,
with votes
like-
these days.
Oh
I feel like running a business does more than a vote. Like you
Oh,
affect your community way
100%.
more than your vote will ever.
It's
just-
so funny you say that because I was talking. Do you know Jeff Similian from Low Key?
Of him. Yeah,
Gosh,
of
so
him,
yeah,
of him.
we had a conversation today because he's opening a new dispensary in West Roxbury, and we were basically talking about regulations and how, running a business, you have an opportunity to like be focused and grow your business and be a business person, but in cannabis, it's so easily to be kind of like attached to like advocacy and like regulations that you have to you have to make a choice, bro.
Yeah, but lobbying is a business.
It is a business, but if you're running a business, is that your business? You
That's
understand
true,
what I'm
but
saying?
you're also affected by it a lot more than the everyday consumer because
true.
you're the one bring. It's just like the
Right.
tariffs. Like it's really the businesses that are going to have to speak up, and not
Right.
the individuals. Because
Right.
as much as the individuals want to speak up, say, "Oh, the price," it's really the businesses that have to make that decision. The ones that are seeing the actual logistics behind it,
Right.
and then they can actually tell the government, "Hey, this doesn't work," or "Hey, this does work." And that's why you see a lot of lobbyists doing that, and
Right.
why you'll see big companies spending so much money just to tell politicians, hey, we want this legislator, we'll give you your campaign, this in the back. You know, look at Elon Musk and Trump. They had that whole thing going on.
Bro, they broke
fought
up,
out.
though.
That's what I'm saying. Then they fought after because it's really just trying to scratch each other's little egos, you know?
Yo, it's so crazy, bro. What are you driving nowadays, bro?
What am I driving for a car?
Yeah.
Well, I rolled up here in the Jeep Gladiator.
Jeep?
But,
Okay.
you know, I
You
still got the
trust
Camaro.
you
I still got the Camaro.
still got the Camaro?
I still got the
Oh, yeah.
Camaro. I drive it very infrequently. I got a young daughter at home, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no chance I'm putting that car seat in the back of that thing.
You
'cause
can
I'll never
do
get
it, bro.
It'll never come, dude. It's like you have to be a contortionist to get back.
You can do
there.
it, bro. I had
No.
both my boys in the back of a 325i
Was it
for
two-door?
years.
Was it
It's
two-door?
two-door, bro.
All
And now we sell
okay.
weed in that same car.
I've seen that vehicle. That thing's hot.
They miss it, dude. But yeah, you can make it work. You can make it work, bro.
I know. I just, my wife will kill me.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, bro. Man, so yeah, no, I mean it's definitely good catching up on your personal consumption. So yeah, but from the time of 14, like what happened? Going back to the last question, like when you first started smoking weed in that receipt paper where your boy, yeah. Where did you guys get the weed, and then like what happened to your consumption after that?
Well, the name of the person who sold me the weed was it was two people really. One was named Nate, and I won't give you his last name. 'Cause I think he's
No
still in
snitching.
illicit operations right now. And the other one he went by Dirty O.
Dirty O.
Dirty O.
Were his ounces dirty, bro?
I think that was his last name was O'Connell, so I think he just like thought it was a cool sounding name, but no, his weed was terrible. Very dirty, very dirty.
Bro. Sticks and seeds, bro.
Yeah, it was back in those days. There was like two types of weed. You either get the good or the
Right.
dog shit.
Right,
And we
right.
typically went for the dog shit.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So did you continue smoking after that, bro?
Yeah, no, I definitely was way into weed in college, especially. I mean, I was way into it. I remember I almost got kicked out of school the first day because
Wait, where'd you go to undergrad, bro?
I went to Fitchburg State, man.
Oh, no way.
And
John would appreciate that too, bro.
Dude, I love that. Yeah, he and I have talked a little bit about being Falcons. I mean, that was before it was the University of Fitchburg State, whatever they call it now. It's still just a, humble state school. I applied to Clark. They told me no fucking way. They weren't into me, which is fine. That's cool. That's probably the right choice for them. No, I went to Fitchburg State, and I remember like my thoughts on college were all like from movies. So I like the second I met my roommates and my hallmates, we immediately lit up a joint right in the hallway, and the guy next to us
in the hallway.
right in the hallway,
Wow.
like literally outside of my dorm, like out in the hallway of my dormitory.
RA's worst
And
nightmare.
the RA like comes down and he goes, I'm the RA. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like, Ra? Like, is that like an Egyptian god or something? He's like, no, man, you're in a lot of trouble. You might get kicked out of school. I'm like, oh, and I just ran out the door. But he knew who I was, and I was across the hall from him. So we had numerous runnings across my college experience with that guy.
Dude, that's too much, bro. That's too much.
I
man.
was, I was an RA
Yes.
dealing with people
No.
smoking. So there's hilarious. But I was like,
Let me in on that.
My friends would throw parties, and I would walk in, close the door, like, hope this is someone else has to check, not me. Like if y'all don't open the door.
Hey, I'm about the one.
Oh gosh, I'll just
Did you ever
be
bust
like,
anyone though? Like you had to. Have busted
no,
a few.
because they would tell me beforehand, so I would just put myself out of the situation.
They
Right.
cleared it with
And
you.
I was also,
Recuse myself.
but I was also like, like it was weird. Like after, like the year after I was an RA, I used to have mad alcohol in my room, and they would do checks.
on
They
the
all-
RAs.
But I wasn't an RA anymore, so now I was a regular. But because they all knew you were RA, they would open my closet, see all the alcohol, close it back. Same thing I used to do. So I'm like, yo, they do it for me too. So I'm like, what goes around comes around.
How did you used to sneak booze into your dorm? 'Cause I have a pretty good methodology. I'd love to share for your studio audience.
I didn't have to sneak it.
Just put it in the backpack, bro.
Yeah, just like
it wasn't even
no.
Check backpacks at
I'm
Clark?
I didn't go to Clark, bro. I went to Assumption.
So
College.
You went to, what year did you graduate? My wife went to Assumption.
I got kicked out, bro.
What year did you go? Like, well,
I was there
briefly.
06, 07.
Oh, dude, she was definitely there for that.
When was she there?
She was there from 04 or 05 to 09.
Oh, she probably knows. She knows something.
You guys probably know.
Did she play sports?
I don't think she played sports. No,
No?
she played sports in high school, but I don't think she played in college.
What's her maiden name?
Wow, these trivia questions. Tim, Timm.
Timm. Any siblings?
Didn't go to Assumption, but yeah, she has a brother named Mike.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, they're from Milford, so
Oh,
if anyone
shout
wants
out
to
to-
look her up, that's
shout out to the
fine with
Tims.
me. Yeah.
Shout out to the wifey.
Can I share my alcohol smuggling?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All
bro.
right, so
Yeah.
for all you college
wanna hear
students
it.
listening, get the 30 rack and wrap it up like a Christmas present or a birthday present. They will not rip the wrapping paper off of it.
What happens if it's the middle of summer?
Well, someone's having a really nice birthday.
All right, so birthday, okay.
It's a birthday
what's
present.
up.
That's a good point, though. You want to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure you have the season-appropriate wrapping paper.
Yeah.
wow.
That's hilarious. How do you sneak weed in?
That's
a lot
very.
easier.
I mean, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
You-
lot
you-
easier.
you-
You shove it in
as
your
long as you
pocket
can't
and
smell
walk
it,
in.
yeah. I mean,
They can smell it all the time. They just didn't. Like, you smoke a cigarette,
you
then
don't
you
know
walk
who.
in with it.
Oh, that's true.
You say you don't know who?
Yeah, you don't know who sometimes. So that's how you can get away. Like, you just,
Right.
so they'll be like, "Who smells like it?" You just like, let me just put this away a little bit better so they don't know it's me.
Yeah, that's so funny.
They always knew it was me, which is the problem.
God.
Did you finish there, bro?
I did. It took me a good while. I was on the 5-year plan, and I never had Christmas vacation because I always was taking classes. So I fucked up so much in college.
So what does your consumption look like nowadays, bro? You still rolling up?
You know what? I'll be honest. About 2 weeks ago, I decided to take a little break.
Nice,
So I'm
man,
not
yeah.
drinking. I'm not smoking. I'm working out more.
Not drinking
Nice.
weed products or
Nothing.
No alcohol?
I'm completely sober right now. And
Right,
not that
wow.
I wasn't having a problem. I just wanted. You know what? I wasn't feeling like me,
right?
and I wanted to feel like me again.
like that.
And just see what that
Interesting,
felt
bro.
like. I'm definitely gonna smoke again. But
Yeah. Well, I
I
was
just
gonna
want-
hook you up, bro, but now that I know that, bro.
Well, I'm not leaving here without some crosses, dude. That's. I mean, I'm buying you
Just
some
thinking some
crosses.
hash too, bro.
Yeah,
you just
save it
gonna
for
let
later,
it sit.
yeah.
All right. Well, I
what
mean,
I'm
it'll,
doing.
it'll,
Yeah.
it'll
Age
be
it.
consumed eventually. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last for me, but you know, I just wanted to start the summer off right, and just
No, that's what's up.
fresh
bro.
and ready to go.
That's cool, bro. Yeah, I actually stopped smoking in the beginning of the year, but I do consume microdosing throughout the day.
Really?
Can't give that up.
No, that's fine. Why'd you stop smoking? Just
I was sick, bro. I had like a throat issue, and like 2 years ago, I had to get my tonsils taken out. It's fucking
Nice.
35.
well, that will do it. That will do it.
Yeah, I kept on getting these abscess, bro. And I don't know if it was directly related to smoking, but because I was sick for so long at the beginning of the year, the end of last year, I was like, yeah, let me just, tinctures, edibles, vapes.
I did my I'm gonna sound such a novice, but I did my first tincture like 2 weeks ago. Before the sobriety,
Yeah.
before
Before
the
the
maybe it was
sobriety.
2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'd never done that before. That's awesome.
Why? How come you didn't?
Well, someone
try it?
offered it to me.
Yeah.
I had no reason to. It just looked weird to me, to
Yeah.
like pull out an eyedropper in the
I
middle of a
know.
party. But
Yeah.
no real reason. I just didn't do it before.
Yeah, bro. Yo, you got to get on. I don't know if you. Well, I guess you guys don't have a reason to do business together, but a good feels.
Oh, I love Jason. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be on-
bro.
He actually is
He
gonna.
asked
He
you?
invited me to be on.
Okay.
I was actually beginning to feel like he didn't like me for some reason. Because I live like.
You had to reach out to him, bro.
He reached
Can
out
I
to
get
me.
on your show?
No, I didn't do that, but I was pretty close. I was like telling people who knew him, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think he likes me for some reason, but no,
Yeah.
he totally reached out and made me feel like $1 million. So,
No, that's what's up.
you know.
You guys grew up in the same area.
No, he
No?
actually grew up. I don't know if he grew up there. I think he's in Medway. I was looking at living in Medway. Didn't get the
word.
house. No,
Yeah.
but I've just known him for a while. I've
Yeah.
known people that know him. So.
Well, you guys have same vibes, bro. Cause he's started a bunch of companies before and sold it. You know what I mean?
He's started a lot of companies. He's got way better hair than I do, though. I mean, that hair is like on point right now.
That's hilarious, bro. And then what about Mike from the Herbalist, bro? Cause you mentioned Bedford. Isn't he from Bedford?
He's from Bedford.
He
so
is,
I'm
right?
gonna drop some knowledge on you guys. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss off a lot of people in California, which is even better. Bedford, Massachusetts has more cannabis entrepreneurs per capita than Humboldt County does.
Stop it.
Dude, so Karan, one of the guys who financed Dutchy through Snoop Dogg's thing, Casa Verde. Went to high school with him. Eric Rogers from Levia. I went to high school with him. Andy Westerkamp, who does Real Isolates and Smoke and All.
Yes.
I went to high school with him.
That's how we met.
That's exactly how we met. He introduced us. Stacy Horinsky, who started Canex, ERP system for cannabis, went to Bedford High School. Myself, I went to Bedford High School. I did rank really high. Michael Gammon does Yerbalis. He went to Bedford High. I mean, there's a whole. I'm sure.
What is going on in the water over there, bro?
I don't know. It's bong water, I guess. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on. It's weird, dude. It's just like small town vibes. We all had nothing to do, so we just got high in the woods all the time.
Just make a business out of it, right?
That's right. And there's people who own dispensaries from my town as well. But I mean, I mean, there's only like 12,000 people in that town, and I know 12 entrepreneurs who are like crushing it in cannabis right now.
That's a pretty high percentage, bro.
That's a good. That's like a good percentage, yeah. I'm not gonna do the math on it, but
no, that's what's up, man. We're gonna clap it up for Dan again. Yes, man. We gotta talk business off air now, bro.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's dive into it. You guys have just been infused. We want to thank Dan and, of course, our 6th Man of the Year for joining us.
Hey.
He'll be back. We already know he'll be back for sure.
We'll be back.
Because he's here every week. So for our radio listeners, we appreciate you guys. You've just been infused. And then also for our live streamers, we'll keep it going. Maybe have that guess the weight game.
Call me back in for that one. I think I'll fare better on that one.
We'll bring you back, bro.
We'll have more games too.
Yeah, bro. We'll have to figure out like a good time, like a good like transition or like, you know, impact point to be like, all right, this is it right here.
We should do like a relay race or like a double dare obstacle course.
Yeah,
use the basement before you finish it.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
No, we'll get you back maybe after the basement's here, bro.
Let's do it up.
No, for sure. Well, you guys have just been infused. Let's clap it up for Dan and our 6th Man of the Year again. And we'll see you guys on the flip side, I guess.
Thanks.
Peace.
Later.